What is good, guys? In this video, we will be talking about the stigmatization of mental illness through public media. Now, if you see me looking here, it's because I have my notes. But yeah, let's just go right into it. Over the past couple of years, especially in the past like 2 to 3 years, I've really noticed how the media and just in general, just the promotions of mental illness has been a little bit too much for me. If you don't know my background, I've dealt with anxiety, OCD, depression, and the fact that in today's media, and by media I mean anything from YouTube, CNN, Fox, whatever it is, guys, just the main things and the promotion of it, like Bell's Let's Talk. The first issue that I have with that is that it's just way too overgeneralized. Like, okay, so when they promote someone that has depression, what in your mind do you think about when someone has depression? You probably think of them in their room looking sad, right? That's so general because depression, even anxiety, it's so much more than just someone sitting in their room being sad. People that look happy are able to be depressed. What about those people? What about the schizophrenics who may see what schizophrenia looks like in the media where they overgeneralize it, yet they seem to be confused about their illness because that's not what they're feeling. I personally dealt with this because the media portrayed OCD as something like obsessing over like the cleanliness or being like very anxious around being clean, and that's simply not the case. It's such a false statement. Like, sure, there are people like that, but it made me really confused. Now, the next thing that I seem to find is that the media overplays the role of mental illness in people. We tend to make a bigger deal out of mental illness than we should. If you're an immigrant, you know damn well that back in our home country, there's no such thing as anxiety or depression. I'm not saying that those things don't exist. They do exist and they need to be dealt with. But for most people, simple therapy or simple just talking it out, doing certain things like meditating, taking action, just watching a couple of videos to learn more about their disorder is all that they really need to move forward and get better. By making it look worse than it is, like I'll use this example, right? Schizophrenia. I don't know too much about the disorder. I can't really speak on it. But when you think about schizophrenia, you think of it as some awful disorder that will make you go crazy and ruin your life. Because that's how we have been portrayed to see it as. However, for most people, it's not like that. It's really not. And by overplaying what it is, it kind of makes it like if you have that disorder, you'll feel worthless. You feel like you're worthless in life. You're unvaluable, and that you're fucked. Now, the final thing that I wanted to talk about is that we're normalizing mental illness. And we, as in people on YouTube, people on these news shows, on these TV shows. Mental illness is not a good thing. And by normalizing having mental illness, it promotes this sort of thing where you're proud to have it. Now, you know me, man. You know that I'm all for being proud of your mental illness. But it's not a good thing to have these things. And what these things like Bell let's talk out your mental illness. Let's talk it out. The issue with that is that people that don't have mental illness will try their best to get diagnosed. People with mental illness know that it's not like that. We don't want to talk. We want to deal with it on our own. And although there is a space and time to talk it out, for the most part, I don't think it's good to normalize mental illness as something that's okay to have. Because at that point, you'll make people want to stay that way. And because they're getting the attention that they deserve or that they need, it just holds people back, in my opinion. And I don't think it's a good thing. Anyways, guys, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoy. If you like the video, let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next video.